Good morning. It's Friday, June 28th, and New York City is about to do something that I am sure will lead the nation in the right direction. And I am talking about the banning of cell phones during the day, during classes in the New York City public school system. This is a major policy shift. It comes as the Biden administration has issued new warnings about the threat social media poses to children. And I think they're 100% right. And I think kids are attached to these phones in a way that is not 100% healthy. I think it has increased in some way, shape, or form the lack of sociability, the lack of going out in the afternoon after school and just playing ball or something like that. I think these kids are attached to their phones in such a way that it limits the personal creativity of friendship. The New York City Public Schools will announce a set of rules early next month. That's what the Chancellor, David Banks, said. He said that in responding to the widespread concern about youth mental health. And I agree with that. If you're locked up with your phone constantly, that eliminates personal contact that is critical with the development of your social interactive character. He said the district is controlled by Mayor Adams, and the district has consulted medical doctors as it is developing this ban. And this ban will affect a little over 900,000 students. And the chancellor and the educators are not pussyfooting around this thing. They made this claim, and it's probably 100% right. Our kids are fully addicted to these phones. We've got to do something about it. That's what he said on an interview at some TV or radio station. So right now, I haven't seen anything about the actual plan. But you know, New York City is one of the country's leading cities. A progressive city, willing to do things to help its citizens. So if New York City comes and creates a ban of some sort, it will be an example to other school systems and other cities. And maybe it will ease the worry about how smartphones are affecting our children today. And maybe it won't. And I am sure, I will bet my bottom dollar on it, that there will be many parents who will be upset by whatever this decision is. Because there are many parents that believe their children must have these phones in case of an emergency, in case they need to reach the parents. And I can understand some of that position because we have many households in this country where both parents are at work and the child is basically on his own. And if he doesn't have his phone ready for a moment's use, then those parents may be worried constantly. Let's give the New York City public school system a little bit of credit. And I am sure when they come out with their plan, many of the questions that are now in the minds of parents will be answered. Not necessarily 100% what they want to hear, but they will be answered. And I'm sure that the educators will be open to suggestions from the parents. Now, New York City is not alone in this requirement, I will call it. Governor Hochul has said they are planning to propose legislation that would prohibit smartphones in all the schools statewide. And California has something in the works already, and Florida has something in the works already. So this is a national problem, and it is slowly creeping through the country. One of the big problems that New York City faces is not with the children and their phones, it's with the parents. Because there are many, many parents that want to be able to communicate with their children at a moment's notice. And that is not going to happen if the school system takes those phones away from the children for any period of time. But the parents should not be worrying about that. If those kids are supposed to be in school, they will be well taken care of while they're in school. And the parent has to have the ability to understand that. And if they need to reach a child, they can always leave a message on their phones, right? So if there's something urgent that comes up, the parent leaves a message, and when the child gets his phone back at the end of the school day, he receives that message. Now, that may not sit well for some parents, but that's the way it should be. If your kid is in school, he should be concentrating 100% on what's going on in school and not worrying about what's happening on his phone. So there may be during the day, say at lunch hour or something, where the child has the phone and the parent can reach them immediately. But this will take some acclimation, I will call it, getting used to the idea that your child is alone with his fellow students in classrooms learning, and his phone is off limits during that period of time. Many of the school people have said they'd be happy to have these kids with their phones, but they can't use it during the day. But as soon as class is over, they should be able to communicate with their parents. There's nothing wrong with that if they have parents that work and are worried all the time. So this is a system that the parents in the world of New York City, California, Florida, Tennessee, wherever, have to get used to. The child is off limits during the school day, except maybe at lunch hour. But right after school, if you need to hear their beautiful voices, they will call you if that's what you want. So I'll leave you with that. Having a phone is a responsibility for the child, for the parent, for society in general. In my mind, there are too many phones. Kids should be out playing ball or something and not attached to their phones as they are at this time in their lives. Have a great day. See you in the morning. Bye.